we gonna do right here.
Und damit kommen wir zur 47. Partie an diesem Wochenende. Wir kommen zum Finale der Happy Bet German Darts Championship 2016. Und noch einmal heißen wir willkommen die Nummer 28 der Welt. Er hat einen PDC-Titel bislang einholen können. Er spielt heute sein drittes PDC-Finale. Ganz kurz nochmal sein Weg in dieses Finale. Er schlug Scott Taylor, Ian White, Steve West und zuletzt denkbar knapp im Halbfinale Mensur Suljovic. Ein herzliches Willkommen ein weiteres Mal für Alan Chuck Norris. Der Finalgegner von Alan Norris steht bei 3 PDC-Titeln. Er spielt heute sein 7. PDC-Finale, sein allererstes auf der European Tour. Auch kurz sein Weg in dieses Finale. Er schlug den Österreicher Roby John Rodriguez, Cristo Reyes aus Spanien, Joe Cullen und zuletzt Dave Chisnell im Halbfinale mit 6:4. Auch ihn begrüßen wir ein letztes Mal, die aktuelle Nummer 10 der Welt. Herzlich willkommen, The Cobra, Jelle Kllasen.
We will have a new name.
Auch im Finale heißt es Best of 11 Legs. 6 Legs braucht man also, um das Preisgeld von 25.000 Pfund abzuräumen. Und der Caller dieses Finals heißt Paul Hicks.
Thanks for that, Elmer. As I was saying, we will have a new name on the European Tour Roll of Honour. A first European Tour final for both Jelle Kllasen and that man there, Alan Norris. A terrific achievement. Furthermore, the winner will be further rewarded not only with £25,000 and a beautiful trophy, but also with a place in the Grand Slam of darts as well. A particularly sweet achievement if he pulls it off for Alan Norris, because last year he was denied a place in the Grand Slam by Kim Huybrecht's success in the final European Tour events of the year.
First leg is Alan to throw first. Game on.
Which was in Sindelfingen. You would have got very, very big odds on predicting these two to be a finalist for the German Darts Championship, the final European Tour event of this year. But Alan Norris
134.
has rediscovered something, having won just 4 matches on the European Tour this year, prior to what is proving to be a very lucrative weekend for the PDC's newcomer of the year. But Jelle Kllasen, as he has done so many times, starts things off with a 180. Paul Nicholson, how do you see this final shaping up?
Well, I thought it was a pretty good first visit from Chuck. It's a pretty good first one from Kllasen as well. It's not a bad second one, really, is it?
140.
Great start. But this is what Kllasen does. He likes to get out the blocks. He'll have had a little breather after his semi-final because it'll have taken something out of him. But there's one thing I know about Jelle, is that he plays a lot of darts. He is very darts fit. He's very much primed for this type of challenge. Look at this for a start.
127.
He's trying to put Alan Norris under the cosh from the very beginning of this match.
Well, he started off with 5 perfect darts. He's down to a finish of 54 on the Norris throw. Norris stranded on 193 minus these.
88.
Well, he's made a fair indentation there, but he's still on 105. Kllasen 54 away. Tops he wants. Tops he gets.
Shot on the first leg.
Break on the board. Jelle Kllasen leads 1-0.
Second leg is Jelle to throw first.
It's just occurred to me, Rob, that I didn't answer your question. How do I see it going? Well, the thing is, Jelle
I see Jelle Kllasen hitting 5 perfect darts and winning the first leg.
Jelle Klassen's basically steamrolled the first leg in about 90 seconds. But these two lads do not hang about. Big scoring.
96.
And Yellow wants to play his kind of game. He just wants to get on with it. He wants to get in front, stay there, and get it won as soon as possible. He doesn't want any drama. He doesn't want any missed darts or doubles.
92.
But Chuck is going to stay with him as much as he can. And I actually thought that Chuck Norris was
92.
the one of the two players on stage that just had the little bit more confidence, I think. Just after that performance against Suljovic, I thought he would ride the adrenaline, bring it into the final, and potentially nick it. But I think the way that Kllasen has started this final, he has come out with intent to get that Grand Slam spot and again break Norris's heart.
34.
I mentioned at the outset that Norris had won only 4 matches in Europe prior to this weekend. One of those was against the Gibraltarian George Federico. One was against Richie Corner. One was against Roby John Rodriguez. And one was against Nathan Aspinall. He has turned it around. He's beaten Scott Taylor, Ian White, Steve West and Mensur Suljovic to get this far. Can he find something against Jelle Kllasen? 107 remaining. Bullseye he wants. He had the perfect marker and he made the most of it. 132 checkout. Kllasen means business here. Paul Nicholson looks absolutely flabbergasted sat alongside me.
6 of the best darts you will ever see. A beautiful setup from 179 to double 4 for Norris. Kllasen says, all right, if that's how it's going to be, I'm going to take this 132 out.
40.
And you'd never see Jelle Kllasen celebrate like that, but that's how much it means.
I'm pretty sure Klassen's done that already this year on the European Tour.
81.
A 132 checkout, same route. As soon as he pulled it off, I thought, this is ringing bells here.
Well, I've been doing my thinking in the break. What would this title mean to Norris? This, for me, would be the biggest title of his life. For Kllasen, this would be the biggest title since he won Lakeside 10 years ago. He's won Pro Tours.
60.
Won the Killarney event, the Golden Dart Classic. Has won Pro Tour events in the last couple of years. But this is a different kettle of fish. It's in front of 2,000 paying Germans. It's streamed on the internet. Everybody's here to see it. And it's what comes with it as well. It'll get him further up the rankings.
100.
It'll get him in the Grand Slam where he could potentially get even further up the rankings. It could open the door towards looking at Premier League as well.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier as well. 2,000 baying Germans there, by the way, dedicating that one to Robbie Green, who fell by the wayside yesterday against Michael Van Gerwen, 6-4. Van Gerwen, of course, then losing to Daryl Gurney in one of these stories of the weekend. And it's a weekend that continues to deliver, and Norris gets off the mark with double 18.
Game on.
And Paul Hinks is being tested here because these guys have really brought it.
As you say, though, both Jelle and Alan Norris, well, Jelle has had numerous Pro Tour successes. Alan Norris had his first last year in the City West Hotel in the Players' Championship just before the World Grand Prix.
140.
But his run of late, he had 3 successive first-round defeats in the 3 most recent Players' Championship events leading up to this year's World Grand Prix.
57.
He did recover to make it a winning debut there in the big one. He beat Michael Smith before losing to Simon Whitlock. But like I say, he's just not really delivered anything of note in Europe this year. Had only made the final
58.
day twice. And both of those occasions were when he was seeded anyway, so he only had to win 1 match to do that. Not many people saw this coming.
77.
It happens sometimes. There are finals you can go through the Roll of Honour that are a little bit unexpected. But there are players who just find their way in Europe. And these guys will be absolutely gutted that the European Tour season is coming to a close right now. They'd love it to be September again, where there's 3 in a row, because they're used to it up there now.
81.
And we mentioned as well that Jelle Kllasen is using slightly different darts yesterday and today. Very similar to what he had on Friday, but just felt that after Friday, he just didn't have enough grip, enough roughness on the darts he was using, so he went to a very similar set that he had, but they're not the same. I get the feeling he's going to be taking these ones to Barnsley next week to see if he can get a title over there. But we'll see how he goes over the next few legs, and will he get this title here?
86. Jelle 134.
Norris On the verge of breaking back, maybe. Double seven. Oh my word. This is absolutely astonishing. A 1-3-2 and now a 1-3-4. And Norris must have assumed that he would get a crack at that, but never assume anything when Jelle Klaasen's concerned.
Not at all. That wasn't a punch in the stomach. That was in the stomach with a baseball bat, with a sledgehammer on top of it. That was such an incredible shot. Very unconventional, but used the lie perfectly.
100.
2 from 2 on his checkout so far. 2 brilliant checkouts as well. 1-3-4 and a 1-3-2. An average approaching 98 as well at the moment for Jelle Kllasen.
I have been watching Jelle Kllasen play darts for a long time. I've known him a long time, and I've never seen him so animated.
96.
He wants this very, very badly. I'll just correct myself in all the... well, just getting carried away. 3 from 3 on his checkout so far. Of course, 3 legs on the board for Jelle Kllasen. It's been fast-paced, it's been frenetic. Norris does have a leg on the board. Something to cling to here, but he needs a little bit more. That's all right.
113.
Not bad at all. Jelle's looking for a ton and above to leave a finish.
100.
That's a great dart, you know. Blocked it with 2 darts. I actually thought he might go down to 57 and leave 170. But he knows his game better than anybody else.
92. Jelle de Car 100.
Is that a 1-3-4, 1-3-2?
And by the way, if Jelle does win this, he'll just break off for a moment or two. Just in case he took out that 167, which
100.
wouldn't have been a surprise, I suppose. Norris on a ton.
60.
He went the tops
Jelle de
route.
Car
That's the first dart missed a double in this match.
Jelle on the double 14. We're not going to call it the Mensur anymore. Double 7 again.
14.
Couple of missed opportunities for Jelle Klaasen all of a sudden.
40.
Well, the combination doubles have been a real asset to the Cobra. But 3 darts in hand to finish off a leg, and he couldn't do it. Gives Alan Norris another chance to get close. Close he gets.
The 5th leg. Alan Norris.
Back in the final.
6th leg is Jelle to throw first.
It could have been 4-1 to Kllasen. No hesitation. Back in the lipstick.
140.
Okay, while we're at the outset of this 6th leg, by the way, I was just going to point out that if Jelle Klaasen were to win this, he'd be on £46,500 in the European Tour Order of Merit, and that would lift him up to 4th in the rankings, above James Wade. And for Norris, if he were to win, he would be on 37.5, and that would take him into the top 8. In fact, it would take him 7th above Michael Smith and Benito van der Pas.
96.
So further big incentives, as well as that place in the Grand Slam too.
Well, Jelle Kllasen goes to 4th in the Order of Merit, and he's in Michael van Gerwen's half. I know that because he's seeded number 1.
Yeah. On 160.5K.
58.
Is that all?
That's all.
Terrible season.
Despite his 3rd round exit. Just picked up £2,000 this weekend, Michael van Gerwen.
127.
He probably had more money in his pocket.
Kllasen down to 138 in what seems like the blink of an eye here.
59. Jelle de Car 138.
He's got the Della shot, but he's not going to go the conventional route. 2 treble 17s for double 18. Just going to square it off now.
62.
Yeah, that leaves 76, so...
That's very intentional, because now he'll probably go 2 single 20s and double 18.
I'm just thinking if he might go tops double 18s instead, but I've seen him do that before as well.
96. Jelle de Car 76.
Well, Norris is on 154, so I think he'll play safer, yeah.
2 18s.
40.
Oh, he's coming back, maybe. Or as they say in German, vielleicht. Maybe, maybe, maybe. We've seen some incredible shots today. Daryl Gurney took this out earlier today, so it can be done.
Not like that, it went.
115.
Okay.
Jelle de Car 36.
You suspect he won't get a chance, and he won't.
Shot on the 6th
Klaasen
leg.
leads 4-2.
Jelle Klaasen. 7th leg is Alan
Well, Alan Norris should have gone for 2 treble 19s to go for tops. He hit the 2 treble 19s, but unfortunately he hit the 1 first, which meant that he didn't get a shot at double. But Jelle Kllasen only needed 1 shot at a double in that last leg. He's 4-2 up.
3 perfect darts.
185.
I love Penny for the thoughts right now. The tension, the stress, the nerves, the adrenaline pumping through those veins at this point. I've been there myself. It's uncontrollable. You just got to rely on all those hours of practice
100.
getting you over the line.
Well, Klaasen is 2 legs away from making sure it will be a very, very happy 32nd birthday for him tomorrow.
93.
This would be the ideal early present to himself.
Of course, Jelle shares his birthday with Barry Bates.
Happy birthday, Barry, too.
91.
I remember that because we always used to be in Killarney at this time of year, and it was always Barry's birthday and Jelle's birthday. And of course, Killarney, a place where Jelle has won before.
Alan, you require 130.
And again, the symmetry of darts in all its glory.
Precisely.
Right, Norris can't afford to pass up this opportunity.
90.
Yet. No need to be aggressive with Klaasen on 302.
I suppose if Jelle's going to have a leg off,
53.
he's better off doing it when
Alan, you
Norris
require
is thrown
40.
first. For a 13-dart leg, tops.
Game shot
13
the
darts it
7th
is
leg.
for the 13th
Alan
seed.
Norris. 8 leg is Jelle to throw first. Game on.
Well, there are times where Klaasen looks to be just so explosive, but Norris is
100.
still very much in this. One break.
Norris is back in that 60 from the very start of this leg.
140.
He's putting pressure on the Cobra to perform on his throw. He's saying to him, if you miss, I'm not going to.
41.
Well, Norris is actually shading the averages now. Well, more than shading.
But when Norris won that Pro Tour title in Dublin, his average was stratospheric.
140.
It was way north of 100. And you do find that a lot in finals these days. I remember when Keegan Brown won his maiden title against Adrian Lewis in Coventry.
123.
He was over 110 in that final. Just goes to show when you get something going and you're winning, don't let a final stop you from getting that huge statistic.
131.
Great leg from Norris, this.
Superb. Real gilt-edged chance now to break the Klaasen throw and level the match at 4 apiece.
100. Alan, you require 90.
And these two are serving up the final we were desperately hoping for. Tops then for Norris.
Game shot on the A flag.
90
Alan
taken out with 2
Norris.
darts. And that's what it means.
One of the hardest
Ninth
shots
leg
with
is
2
Alan
darts
to
you can
throw
have.
first.
Bull and tops. What a little spurt from
Game
Chuck.
on.
He's back in the match, and now we've got a best of 3.
Yeah, he's won 3 of the last 4. Jelle won 3 of the first 4. But Norris has levelled it up.
Importantly, Alan Norris now only has to hold throw, and he is going to win this.
140.
Jelle's got to push him, and he's doing that with a 180.
There was barely anything in time between that second and third dart. He just followed it up so quickly. I mean, I know he's a fast player, but that was breathtakingly quick.
It's just trust. He's done it for so
57.
long. He trusts his throw. We mentioned that he's changed his action to get better, but the hours of practice, it feels familiar.
60.
And he's disgusted with that.
Yeah, 180 backed up by a 60. And that's just opened up another opportunity here for Norris.
You can tell that both guys are just taking a little breather whenever they get the opportunity.
Room for one more here. He's gone the other way.
135.
And he's on a bogey number as well.
Well,
57.
using the 51 would have left 170, but Norris now, all of a sudden, now has 6 darts from 169.
59.
Not ideal, because if Kllasen can stick in a 140 plus here. Oh no,
78.
that was a must.
Alan, you require 110.
And it's a very doable shot, 126. But only if Norris can't take this 110. The crowd are singing at the back, but the guys at the front are sitting down with their arms folded, thinking, what's going to happen next? Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen next. Jelle Klaasen's coming back to the board.
74.
Oh, he's left there 36 there as well. He found
Yellow
the treble
require
12. That could make a big
126.
difference as well. He needs this. Bullseye.
101.
Great
Alan, you
effort.
require 36.
Great effort. He would have preferred a double six if he'd have hit the treble, but he gave himself the opportunity. Hit a beautiful bullseye with 132 at the start of the match. It wasn't to be on this occasion, but Norris. Double 18, and he's
Shot
5-4.
leg. Alan Norris.
Well, Alan Norris trailed 3-1.
Game on.
He's now won 4 of the last 5 legs. And he has the wind in his sails,
81.
and he is 1 leg away from a European Tour title. We were always guaranteed a new name on the Roll of Honour for Europe, because these two are playing in their first final. A first final for Kllasen,
60.
a first final for Norris. But Norris is the first man to get himself in pole position. Kllasen has to hold here. He simply has to hold.
81.
The last 3 legs, 40 darts from Norris for 3 legs. That is out of this world darts under this kind of pressure. That's over 110 average for the last 3 legs. He has brought the game
43.
to Kllasen. Kllasen hasn't done much wrong, but Norris has just lifted his game every single match in this
59.
tournament. Just got better and better. And this is the best he's played all tournament. A 71% checkout percentage is some of the best darts you'll see.
He's not there yet, though, but he is certainly moving in the right direction. He's doing everything right
45.
now.
Well,
He could so easily have buckled with those finishes from Kllasen, 1-3-2 and 1-3-4.
I'm a masochist. I want to see an 11th leg shootout. I want to watch 2 people go at it.
We've had plenty of them. I think 3 of the last 5 finals in Europe have been over 11 legs.
It's hard to forget that one in Riesa between Huybrecht and Suljevic.
59.
It's all gone a bit quiet here. It's all gone a bit tense. But Kllasen, importantly, hits a 60 with a first start and gets another one.
135.
So valuable.
3 of the last 4, in fact, have gone to 11 legs. Just that Van Gerwen Wright final in Sindelfingen that was 6-2, but the 3 previous finals all 6-5. Alan Norris may well have to go to a
60.
decider here as well.
Yellow, you
You'll
require
have the darts, Rob.
85.
You'll have the darts.
But he will have the darts.
45.
Still got an opportunity to win this leg if Kllasen doesn't take care of tops. It's looking very unlikely. Single 19 will leave 170.
64.
So just
Yellow,
in
you
case.
require 40.
Jelle needs to take care of this quick. Double 10. 2 5s.
30.
And you never know.
Alan, you require
Well, this really would be the
170.
icing on the cake for what has been a terrific tournament and a terrific final for Alan Norris.
It's the Lloydie shot. Finished the tournament on a 170. It's been done by Ted Hankey in 2000. It was done by Lloyd in 2005 at Blackpool. Can we add Alan Norris's name to that? No, we can't.
We can all breathe again just for a moment
50.
or two, but
Yellow
Jelle
requires
Kllasen won't be
10.
breathing too much here. His heart is in his mouth. 1 for double 2, just inside. Double 2, there it is. And we are going to a final deciding 11th leg in the final of the German Darts Championship for 2016. But it's Norris who has the advantage of throwing first.
It's vital to have these darts. 1 leg for an extra £15,000.
60.
A place in the Grand Slam of darts.
Well, not Norris would have given there for a 140 or a 180 even. Just the 60 scored. And Kllasen is all over it like an absolute rash.
He's on that treble 19 like white on rice. But Norris is back in the 60.
140.
Good quality when they need it the most. I just want to be quiet and watch this. We've got to call it in. Great stuff from Kllasen.
He has a slight advantage, but Norris is looking to eat into the advantage that Kllasen has. That was a vital last start from Alan Norris. He's down to a finish of 161. Kllasen needs a biggie here just to hang on to the coattails of Norris.
96.
Sensible darts from Jelle. He knew that if he didn't hit a treble, 2 singles would have left. 170. Is it going to be a champagne shot? No.
89.
But a champagne shot that Kllasen has left. He's already hit this in this match, Rob.
Will he go the same way? 25 treble 19 bull. We'll find out very shortly. Yes, he will, but he's missed the 25 bed completely. And Norris breathes
42.
again once more.
Alan, you require 72.
Kllasen a shake of the head. He's looked pretty disgusted with that visit. He was some way off that 25 bed in the first place as well. And he was always struggling to get going after that. Big moments. Over to you, Alan Norris. May the force be with you. It's there. Alan Norris. Double 4 is taken out. And it's a first European Tour title for the PDC newcomer of the year for 2015. Not too many people saw that coming. What a moment in the career of Alan Norris on the PDC circuit. A huge achievement. 25 grand in the bag. He's the German darts champion for 2016. He's got a place in the Grand Slam, and he'll be in the higher echelons of the rankings on the European Order of Merit in the European Championship in Hasselt at the end of October. Absolutely exhilarating. Paul, a quick word from you before you go on stage to do the post-match ceremony.
Well, Jelle Kllasen is going to be absolutely distraught. It's his first European final. He couldn't quite get over the line, unfortunately, so our hearts go out to him. But big congratulations to Alan Norris, who has got to the Grand Slam. He's got this title, and what is this going to do for his season? You could see with the celebration afterwards that it really meant everything to him. But Kllasen, he's got to take a lot of heart from this week. He's played so well, and hopefully we'll see him at the Grand Slam with other opportunities over the next few months. But today is Alan Norris's day.
It certainly is. And he takes the applause for one final time from what has been a tremendous crowd here in Hildesheim. A final shake of the hands and a quick word with your champion as he falls off the stage. He's that exhilarated. Brilliant stuff. We'll see you again for more on the European Tour in 2017. But from myself, from Paul and Dan and the rest of the team, it's been a real privilege once again.
Von der PDC Europe. Runner-up der Happy Bet German Darts Championship 2016 und damit geht ein Preisgeld in Höhe von 10.000 Pfund an The Cobra, Jelle Kllasen. And the winner of the German Darts Championship 2016 is Alan Chuck Norris. Alan, congratulations. Your first European title in front of such a crowd.
Yeah, I believe they're all from Germany, yeah?
It was a very interesting final. Jelle started so well, and you really fought back.
I left doubles. The guy's unbelievable. He's checking out 10+ checkouts for fun. I think he was on a 1-3-2, another 1-3-2, and I'm like, oh, that's another one gone, but keep fighting, you know. The crowd were great for Menzel Sulovic today, but do you know he's from Austria? But applause to the crowd, they've been brilliant all weekend. Jelle is just It's nice to get one back over him after Ali Pali, to be fair, but he will be very disappointed because he's probably played the best darts the whole weekend.
Also zunächst mal ein großes Dankeschön an euch, einen großen Applaus an euch. Er sagt, Jelle hat wahrscheinlich die besten Darts an diesem Wochenende gespielt, aber er hat sich am Ende ganz schön reingekniet und das Ding noch gewonnen. Jelle, just one question. I know, once you're one leg away and once you started so well in that final, you want to win the whole thing. But congratulations, first European Tour final.
Thank you, thank you. I want to thank everyone here. Thanks for the support.
Alan, last question. After the third round, when Michael van Gerwen was out of the tournament, when Peter Wright was out of the tournament, it was an interesting situation. It was a time where we thought, who kind of wins this thing here?
Yeah, I was at the hotel sleeping. Maakt niet uit.
Also, das waren die Happy Bet German Darts Championship 2000.